Basically, she told me no camping trip until we got some stuff done, which i.e. leads us into her office.
That we started 12 years ago.
We are going to install the EG4 12K Mini Split. There it is. You want to get these good and tight. All right, everything looks good there. No leaks. This is straight DIY. I am not a professional. I am not an electrician. But if I can do it, you can do it. What do you think about it?
I love it.
You love it? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something a little different today. I have got some projects around here.
About 1,000.
About 1,000. We've been camping. I love making my camping videos, man. That's what the channel's about. The solar. I geek out on it. It's something I love to do. Wouldn't you say I'm probably the king of starting something and getting halfway through it, which i.e. leads us into her office.
That we started 12 years ago.
No, 6 months ago.
Okay, 6 months ago. Same thing. Feels like 12 years. We have so many projects around here, it's ridiculous, honestly.
Basically, she told me no camping trip until we got some stuff done. Let me show you what we're gonna do over here today. We are gonna install the EG4 12K Mini Split air conditioner. We are gonna put it in her soon-to-be office, finished office. And I apologize for the black lines. I don't have the lights up here yet. I just haven't found the time to put them. We came in yesterday. We put the back wall in, insulated it. We did the wood tongue and groove. Come out really nice, man. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be really pretty. We're gonna put the mini split up here and she's gonna help me with it. She's so excited.
I'm good, I'm ready, I'm excited.
It's gonna be a nice little office. Her desk is gonna go over here in this corner. This area right here will be the desk. And a little sitting area over here. And then the entryway right here. And we got a bathroom that's gonna be right there. So what, that was part of the agreement? I could have the shop, you could have your office in it?
Yeah? We'll just leave it at that.
You know, I got the whole shop off grid. It's running off of the EG4 12,000 XP. And we're gonna get into a lot of that later. That is freaking amazing, man. Running off my eco-worthy batteries. I've got other batteries that I'm gonna set up and show you guys how to do a cheap 12-volt batteries in series, provide power to your inverter. But anyway, there's the office, and it's hot. You're gonna see me sweating. It's gonna be, she keeps telling me, wipe your face, wipe your face. I can't help it, I sweat. But so let's get this started. Let's get this dang thing installed so we can get on rolling. We're gonna get this head unit unboxed here. I've had this sitting for a little while. Just couldn't find the time to install all this.
Yes, he could.
So this is what I tell her. I know I gotta get it done. You don't have to remind me every 6 months. I'll get it done. I mean, God.
Every 6 years.
Just let me take control.
He's got control, that's why nothing's done.
Ooh, this is pretty. Right here on the top, that's your template to put up on the wall for mounting the head unit. We'll put that off to the side. And here we go, look inside the box. Drain hose, your remote, manual, parts, pieces, screws, batteries. Set that to the side. There's your communication wire and your tape that goes around your hoses and your line set. All right, like I said, this is the 12K BTU EG4 Mini Split. You know they make the version that runs on solar panels. I opted for the non-solar panel version. The reason I did that is because I'm running off solar panels anyway. I have the inverter, the battery bank. I just see really no reason to install that one in my case. Man, and another thing that I like about it, Signature Solar. You guys know if you watch my channel, I absolutely love Signature Solar. We're affiliates with them. I don't get things for free, so forget about that. This was not free. I get a discount on it, and I produce content on their products, and they are really awesome to work with. Anything Signature Solar, EG4, anything you buy from Signature Solar, you're gonna talk to a Texan, right here in Texas, somebody that you can talk to, that can help you with your problems. That I love. I just flipped the head unit over. We're gonna take this mounting plate off right now. You got one screw right here you're gonna take off. Just remove that screw. Pull these tabs back right here. There's a tab, 2 tabs that lock in. There's your mounting plate. So we got our mounting plate right here and our template. If you'll notice, it's pretty lucky on this when I built the wall. I marked where all my studs are right here. You're gonna wanna know where your studs are because you're gonna have a 3 1/4 inch hole that you're gonna have to drill through. That's where all your lines set. And your drain line is gonna go from the head unit outside to the main unit, the outside unit. And you don't wanna drill into a stud. Put yourself in that situation. Coming from your ceiling, you're gonna wanna come down about 6 inches from the ceiling. So we're going to give a little mark, a 6-inch mark. And we'll put another 6-inch mark here. That's where the top of the head unit's going to be. We'll take our template, line it up with our marks that we just put. Main thing is make sure this right here does not land where a stud is. So we're in the clear right there. All right, we're going to go in the center of our 3.5-inch hole we're going to drill. We're just going to put a pilot hole right in the center, and that'll mark that hole for us. And now our mounting holes, how we're going to mount this bracket, we'll put a hole there. We'll put a hole here. And that'll give us that. We'll put one more right here in the middle. All right, so we've got those identified. We're just going to give a little mark so I can find them again. All right, so I'm kind of fortunate here. I've got a solid wood wall, so I don't really need to find a stud. If you're installing it like on a sheetrock wall, you want to find studs for this to land on. So we'll put this up. We'll find our holes we had. They're right there. Will you hold that, baby? There we go. We just put some, there's plenty of holes on it everywhere. So we'll put a couple more in it. There we go. All right, so you got to get yourself a 6.5-inch, 6.25-inch hole saw. We've already established right here through our template where that line set hole is going to be. So we have the center hole there. All right, so when you're drilling this hole, you kind of want to come in on a little angle because the drain line, remember, is going to be coming out of your head unit. So you want it to have a little bit of slope so that the drain can flow. Find your center hole there. We're going to kick that angle a little bit, start drilling. We get a screwdriver and we're going to pull that insulation down. We'll punch a hole through the metal on the outside of the building so I'll know where that will correspond with this. All right, we got that insulation pulled back and I can see the metal from the outside of my building. So I don't want to go straight on with it. I still want to continue that angle. So I'm going to go down just a little bit to continue my slope. And I'm going to pop it with this hammer and get a little dimple on the metal that I can go back on the other side of the building and find that dimple. Let's go see if I can find it. All right, so I found my dimple right here in the middle. Pretty easy. We're just going to set up right there, get our hole going. There we go. You can see all the way through it. All right, so what you're going to want to do on the head unit, and it's not going to feel natural because you know these copper lines are in here, but you want to bend them. You want to bend them back around. You just take it slow and easy, kind of support it with your hands, and you'll get that bend because you do not want to kink these. You kink these, it's game over. They cannot be replaced. I mean, you could probably cut them and reflare, but who wants to go through that? So you get that straight like that, that's what's going to go through the wall. Now this over here is going to be your drain tube. I don't know why they do it like this. You got to transfer the drain tube from this side to this side. If you look down in here, there's going to be a little clip that holds that drain tube on. You might not be able to see it on camera here. All right, that's your little clip. That ring goes around a little plastic tab and that's what holds it on. So there's your drain tube opening that we just removed. And if you look over here on this side of the unit, that's your new drain hole. You got to take that plug off. So there's the drain plug we pulled out. We're going to transfer this to this side. Just shove it down in there. If you don't get it in there good, you're going to have water all over the inside of your home or wherever you're putting this at. So it's a little difficult, but if you kind of work it back and forth, there we go, we're plugged. We're going to slide this back down over there. We're going to pull that little clip back around that plastic tab. All right, right here you have your two line sets and your drain tube. We'll keep them together. All right, so now with the unit turned over, this little box right here, we're going to take it off. Right here, take this screw out. Remove this cover plate. And this is where your communication cables hook up, right here. Guys, you cannot mess this up. I mean, it's impossible. You have a number 1 right here on this one. You have a number 1 right here that corresponds 2, 3, and 4. And every one of these has number 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. All right, so we're going to feed this in. We've got to come in from underneath. And you're going to have one more screw right here. That's your hold back strain relief. That'll hold that cable so it won't get pulled out. Come in through the underside of the unit, feed your communication cable in right here. I get lazy sometimes. I had to put the drill away. You don't want to use a drill, an impact driver on these terminal screws right here because it is plastic and you will break it. So just get yourself a regular screwdriver. Go old fashioned with it. All right, we're going to get number 1 here. And my hands are just They don't make it very big. We got number 1 right there, brown. All right, look for number 2, number 3. The ground one will have to come all the way out because it's a ring terminal. You just set it in there. Now our strain relief, we'll just put that back on there. Feed a little bit of cable up so it's not pulling on it. Kind of make sure you're not pinching anything. All right, there we go. All of our communication cables are hooked up and our strain relief holdback is hooked up too. Pretty easy, guys. We're going to reinstall our cover box. Turn that back around. All right, you want to get all your lines together right here. That's going to go penetrate the wall. Get some tape on them so they'll stay together. All right, so I just foot-long piece of wood taped to the communication cable because that's going to go through first. So it just kind of helps me get it through that hole. I'll push it out the other end and just feed all that slack out because that's what's going to tie into the outside unit. There it is. All right, so now we got to go outside and get the outside unit set, hooked up. Let's go do that. I got the unit set up outside right here. Probably gonna come back and do a concrete base for it, but right now we just got these 14 by 14 concrete squares on a pad. We're gonna set it there for now. This is the ring that comes with it. It's a 2-piece ring. You put it together and that's gonna protect that hole, that circle, you know, so it don't cut into everything. So here's another tricky part. You wanna bend all this down, but you don't wanna kink it again, you know? It's kind of like we did on the inside there. You wanna get it facing down. If you just a little at a time, you know, it'll go. You just go slowly with it. And that'll get all your lines facing down. Here's all your extra drain line. We'll put that on there and we'll trim it out. Well, if I can get it unrolled here, you're just gonna connect it right here to this, slides in, and that extends your drain line out. So you can run it wherever you want. Our communication line, I'll take it, run it over there. All right, so now that leaves this. In your pack, you're gonna have a little putty, like a little clay bar, putty, sealant. You're gonna take that and you're gonna pack this hole with it. Helps keep the leaks out, you know, seal it up real good. You don't want water running in your house. I'm gonna come back with some die-core and caulk it and seal it real good. I think my sealant bar might be a little aged. It's pretty dry. There, that seals a little bit of it. I'll come back over it with some die-core. All right, now we're gonna make the connection with our line sets. All right, we're gonna take our cap off of this one, make our connection. You wanna get these good and tight. You don't want any leaks here. All right, we got it, both line sets connected. So we're gonna run this tape that they provided around it just to keep everything together. Right here, we've got our power coming in. So your power is going to be your neutral, your line, and your ground. And this is your communication right here. Just as the same as inside, you can have 1, 2, and 3 in your ground. 1, 2, 3, ground. Then you put your cover plate back on. And the electrical portion is done. All right, we got our line set. We got this one connected here. We got to tighten it up. Take your caps off and just connect your other one. All right, when you get your line sets nice and tight, you get your pins. You throw your pins right in there like so. There we go. Now you want to take your caps off. We're going to release the Freon. All right, and included in your little parts bag there is going to be the Allen wrench you need. Fit your Allen wrench inside there, and you'll hear it come out. There we go. I could hear the Freon coming out. Back it all the way out. Then I'll just take it back in another turn. All right. And go back in another turn. Put your caps back on. All right, now we got our line sets connected. We got a bottle of soap water right here, some Dawn and some water. We're gonna check for leaks, make sure that we don't have any leaks. It'll be bubbling up real good. All right, everything looks good there. No leaks. We'll check our caps too, just to be sure our valves ain't leaking. All right, that all seems to look good. So we're gonna put our cover back on. All right, the cover's back on. I made my connection in there at the breaker box. Made that connection. We are good here. I should have put this end over on the AC side, but I'll have to get something to cover this up and seal it. This is straight DIY. I'm not a professional. I am not an electrician. But if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, you're looking at normally something. If you called an HVAC technician, an air conditioner guy to come out and install this, I bet you'd be in it for another $1,000, $1,500 to have them install it. All right, so that's made. Now all we got to do is put our disconnect, our pull disconnect in. Look here. All right, there we go. I'll flip the breaker. It is on. There's only, I guess I could have one complaint. My only complaint was the putty was dry, and you got to figure out something to do with it, sealing the hole up there. That's really the only thing that went wrong. It's quiet, ain't it? Mm-hmm. It's hot. I'll tell you, it's hot. All right, so let's go run inside and see how that head unit's putting out. All right, so there we go. We got it on cool, turbo. I got to switch it over from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Right now we're in Celsius. Got a little odor, I guess, being new. You smell it? Mm-hmm.
It's really cold, though.
Yeah, it's going to cool the crap out of this office. What do you think about it?
I love it.
You love it? So there you have it. That is the EG4 12,000 BTU inverter mini split. Really an easy install. My recommendation is not do it in the dead heat of the day.
Yeah, it was kind of a dumb choice we made.
It's hot, man. It's hot. But super easy install, man. Total, complete DIY. I encourage people, man, get out there, do stuff. Take a bite out of it, man. Start doing things yourself. This is really super easy to do. Let's go in here and I'll show you how we're powering it, how we're running it, and future plans. All right, so we're gonna go into a little further detail and I'm gonna show you how I've got my shop set up. Right here is my EG4, the 12,000 XP. My battery bank that I'm running right now are 6 eco-worthy 48 volt batteries. That's what I'm running into my 12,000 XP. And as you can see, coming out of the 12,000 XP, coming over, going up to my breaker panel. And coming off my breaker panel, I got some 110 outlets and a 30 amp outlet. And I got this line running up. That's what feeds the office. That's what feeds the wall outlets and now the mini split and the lights. That's gonna power the whole office there. My shop lights and everything are tied into this. So everything is running off of this 12,000 XP. And I got a video coming up later, gonna go into a little more detail about that. I've got my direct burial cable that's gonna run from grid to tie into the 12,000 XP and then back to the rest of our property. So everything's gonna essentially run off the 12,000 XP. Looking outside here, that's what I got for solar panels right now. That is it, just some 400 watt panels. When money allows, my future plan is to put, I think I can get 24 panels on the roof of my shop. And that's gonna be just awesome because that roof right there just gets sun all day long, all day. So that's prime location. So there's your little quick rundown. We got the EG4 Mini Split installed. I just gotta finish that office up and keep getting things done like this. She's gonna let me go camping. If you're new to the channel, welcome, all that good stuff. We do have a pretty special camping trip planned, something that we haven't done before. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a video coming up. EG4, 12,000 BTU, love it. We'll see you guys on the next video.